In this topic, today's topic is lesson 3 circulatory system, the one of the important topic we are going to discuss. In this video, I will discuss only about the evolution of transport system, right? How the evolution of transport system has been taken place from the unicellular organism to the multicellular organism we are going to discuss in this video. Now, don't skip the video, see the video completely so that you can understand each and everything, right? Here you see, whenever you see in the unicellular organism from the starting, from the beginning, if you see the unicellular organism like amoeba, right? The protoplasm show natural movement. These movements are called Brownian movement, because of which the nutrient and the oxygen are distributed throughout the protoplasm. Right here, we are seeing in the amoeba we have the Brownian movement. It is done through the protoplasmic movement, through which the distribution of oxygen has been taken place throughout the body. That nutrition and the oxygen has been transported through the Brownian movement in the amoeba. But when you see in the multicellular animals, have to develop more complicated system for the transportation of materials. In the unicellular, we can see the type of system, but in the multicellular system, we have so many cells, right? We have to transport the nutrient and the oxygen to the various organs. We require a complicated system of transportation of material. When you see the parazoa like sponges, they use the seawater for transportation, right? Here, since natural water current are not reliable, the sponges create their own current by beating of flagella that are present in their body, right? Here they create their own water current by beating the flagella that are present on their body, and they form the transportation system that the seawater, each and everything has been transported to each and every body. Parazoa example, that is the sponges, they use seawater for the transportation. When we move to the Cnidaria, which are better evolved than the sponges, like Hydra, and the examples are Hydra and the jellyfish. The example of Cnidaria is Hydra and the jellyfish. Have developed blind sac like gastrovascular cavity. Right here, the which has taken up the function of digestion and the transportation of the nutrient to each and every cell of the body. Here, when you see in the Cnidaria, the examples are Hydra and the jellyfish. Here, gastrovascular cavity, which functions the both digestion and the transportation of nutrient is taken up by the gastrovascular cavity to the each and every cell of the body. Right. When you see the platyhelm in this fasciola hepatica, right? Fasciola hepatica, the digestive system is highly branched and supply digestive food to all the cell directly. Then you see the excretory system, it collects the waste from the each cell individually. Then in the platyhelminthes, both digestive system and the excretory system do the function of transportation. When you see in the animals belonging to the nematoda or nematihelminthes, you see the roundworm. Example is roundworm. The pseudocoelom has taken up the function of collection and distribution of material. When you see in the nematihelminthes, we see the collection and distribution has been done by the pseudocoelom, a false coelom. Right, when you see Annelida, it is the first eucoelomate animals have developed the pulsatile vessels. Right here, the pulsatile vessel help in the transportation. Medium is the blood. Here, the everything has been transported through the pulsatile vessels. When you see in the Annelida, it is the first eucoelomatic animal have developed pulsatile vessels. When you see in the Arthropoda have developed a pulsatile organ to pump the blood, that is heart. The blood, instead of flowing in the blood vessels, here the one of the thing is that the blood will flow directly to the supply oxygen directly to the cells. It will not flow into the vessels. Yeah, the blood, instead of flowing the blood vessels, flow to the tissues directly and supplying the nutrient to the tissue, and oxygen is directly supplied to the tissue. And these type of tissues is called open type of circulation. Such a type of transporting system which supply nutrient to the tissue directly is called open type of circulatory system. Example, arthropoda. Right here, the pulsatile organ is there, but the blood, instead of flowing in the vessel, it is floats the tissue directly, supplying the nutrient to the tissue, and the oxygen is directly supplied to the tissue by the respiratory system. Right, in the arthropoda we'll see only the open type of circulation system. When you see the other type of transportation system where the blood are flowing into the vessels, here which flow in the blood vessel is called a closed type of circulatory system. Such type of closed circulatory system we can see in the annelida, echinoderms, cephalopods, mollusca and all the higher chordates. Right, we are also chordates which will have the backbone. Right, here we will see the two type of circulatory system. One is the open type of circulatory system and the another one is closed type of circulatory system. Open type, here blood will flow directly into the tissue and provide the nutrition. Example is arthropoda. When you see the closed type, your blood will flow into the vessels and it will supply to the each and every cell and deliver the nutrient. Here we will see the closed type of circulation. Here blood is not flowing into the tissue, just it is passing from the heart through the blood vessels. Right, that is called closed type of circulation. Examples are Annelida, Echinodermata, Cephalochordates, molluscans and all other higher chordates. Right, now you can see once I will tell you in amoeba Brownian movement is there. In parazoa we'll see sea current help in the transportation. Cnidaria, example hydra and jellyfish, gastrovascular cavity is there. Platyhelminthes, that is Fasciola hepatica, digestive and the excretory system play a vital role. When you see Nematihelminthes, that is example roundworm, pseudocoelom has taken the function. When you see the Annelida, pulsatile vessels are there. When you see the arthropoda, pulsatile organ is there, that is the heart, and we will see open type of circulation in the arthropoda. When you see closed type of circulation, we will see in Annelida, Echinodermata, Cephalochordates and the chordates. All this comes under the closed type of circulation. Now let us test your IQ level what you have been listened. Right.